I'm a pretty cat.
So do we just like?
You gotta put the thing front facing though.
Yeah, but you just pour it, or do you?
Yeah.
Oh, you already started.
No, I haven't poured any of it.
Yeah,
I was gonna start the video and pour it in.
Here's the thing: we're gonna do this pre-video.
The sign of really drinking scotch well is to pour it over ice in a coffee glass.
Hold on. So here's the trick. Like,
2 fingers.
So you see this?
How often do you use those 2 fingers?
That's a lot of ice.
Well, it doesn't matter how much ice there is, but welcome to your glass.
Oh, sorry for that. It's all rolled back.
I've never.
Welcome to Scotch.
Okay, peanut gallery. I'm gonna need you to.
Well, we were filming. That's what I'm feeling comfortable.
What? Oh, you feel more comfortable when we're filming?
No, I said we're not filming. That's why I was talking.
I'm glad you farted now.
Perfect.
It needed to happen.
So,
all right. Well, that's been the podcast, guys.
So, as a Scotch drinker, like it's just one of those things where you take some sips and we're gonna drink through the glass.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
And we're just gonna keep filling each other's glass.
So do I fill your?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. We're just gonna do that. That's how we're gonna do this.
Titanic.
Well, what Lindsay and I know about the we actually are filming. I just started. This is my trick on starting. What we're actually gonna do is the point of the podcast is not remember the podcast. That's not really the point of the podcast, but it's really fun to do sometimes.
So,
what's the fucks with you?
Lindsay will just like start the pizza.
Yeah, and all of a sudden food will be there.
Yeah.
What happened to you? I don't know.
There's this one that I forgot to turn the camera off, and I did turn the lights off, but then I fell asleep on the couch for about an hour.
Good.
And I got up and I was like eating. It was still recording, and I was standing over here, and then I just like fell over.
And why didn't I see this? I heard about it.
I'm gonna use it as a clip somehow, but
I heard about it. But like, I'm really disappointed I haven't seen it yet because I heard you had like a self argument.
Yeah.
And then you fell over again.
Yeah, because I look over here and I'm like, no. I don't know who I was talking about, but I was like, you. And then I was standing there. I thought I was like, when I was first watching it, I was like, please don't masturbate. Please don't masturbate.
That's a very common like problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, if I'm just in a room by myself and I don't realize there's a camera going, I mean, that's
especially waking up. Especially waking up. Like, I mean, I wake up, I'm already halfway there. Like, I'm gonna stick my hand down my pants and be like, "Look at this guy go!"
Yeah.
Like, I love you, buddy.
And then you realize that
there's a camera going, and I probably wouldn't have stopped. I probably would have started doing like the Dane Cook. Do 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 do.
I don't know this one. Probably should.
What?
Cheers, by the way.
Hey, yeah.
Thanks for coming on. This is Paul. But I don't know why I was telling you that you're Paul. That's weird. Oh, wait, we're recording. I forgot. We turned this on.
Oh, hi. But
here's what I do to,
do you do a hip thrust? You should do a hip thrust.
I just, like, take this down so no one has to really see that.
So, have you seen The Legend?
Damn, that's scotchy.
Good. Fucking delicious.
Scotchy. Actually, I should probably have somebody watch for more often. You know, it's like sitcoms?
Yeah.
Where you have, like, a little gallery, and then we can put, like, a little... above the camera, just like a thing. And I'll just like be pushing them aside, like laugh right now.
This is the funny part.
This is more natural though.
The joke landed. So I mean, you gotta watch.
Actually, I think the absence of the laugh there was pretty.
Oh,
you gotta watch The Legend of Hercules. Okay, if you're into photography, film, or anything like that.
I'm not into any of those things.
Right. Well, what I'm saying is because there is a moment, which is one of my favorite films, because of this moment, and I really want to know what the director said to the guy who was playing like the king.
Yeah.
Because he's got like this belt buckle on, and you standing up like made me think of it. And he's got this belt buckle on, and they're talking about killing Hercules, and he's got this other name, whatever his real name is, before he gets called Hercules, right? And he goes, "We must kill Hercules." so, like, was the director like, "Hey, let's try it again with maybe a little less. No description, no like, hey, don't stop fucking the camera. But like,
what if the director was like,
that was it. That was the game.
Or what if he didn't do that the first take and the director was like, why don't you try this? Grab your belt and fuck the camera.
Yeah, I don't know, but I want to know what went down in that scene for him to be moving his hips. I mean, it's not as aggressive as what I did, but like, what was the moment in time when like, did they retake that? Was that the best shot they got from that scene, or did nobody notice but me about this guy fucking hip thrusting through his comments?
Yeah,
and I'm like, this is great. This is absolute gold. Cinema.
I wonder all the time because I've listened to a couple actors' books and they talk about different movies, or you hear like an interview.
Yeah.
And you hear about how much they ad-libbed. I'm like, how much in, because obviously there's scripts and obviously some have to stick more to a script, but I'm like, how much is there just in the moment gold? Because I was filming the trailer for this the other day and I did have like a little bit of what I wanted to say. Yeah. But as I started going, I was just like, I would just start just talking and some of the shit I was like, oh, I like that, or I would just nail it. Like, how many times did like people just get on set and just start running with stuff that ended up in the movie that they're like, yeah, we didn't script that at all, and that was fucking gold.
So we saw Spider-Man. We rewatched the original Spider-Man last week.
What do you mean the original like?
The one with Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and it was probably one of the worst scripted movies I've ever seen, but at the time it was really good.
I remember being 10 thinking it was really good.
Right, as a 10-year-old, this is great content.
Yeah.
But if you watched like Thundercats as an adult, you're like, wow, this is really terrible.
Yeah.
But as an 8-year-old, it is really great content. Right. This is really great writing. I must get my sword. I must get the Thundercats. Right? And you're like,
Did you just come up with that? That was really good.
Yeah, no, that's literally lines.
Oh.
Those are like quotes from Thundercats.
Damn it.
It's not as it's that good. But it was absolutely one of, it might be next to, Spider-Man might be coming up in my right underneath the Legend of Hercules.
Yeah. You're like, no wonder they redid it. That was actually terrible.
Yeah. And because he didn't ad lib. Right. Like Tobey Maguire wasn't ad libbing. He wasn't funny. He wasn't that quick witted kind of actor.
He was for this.
He was an actor. And he's not even this, dude. I mean, you look at him, he is not this. He is kind of a garbage human.
They did say that was one of the best kissing scenes of all time. Up to that point.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I keep trying to tell Lindsay we need to try that.
Yeah.
Allegedly Chadwick.
Allegedly.
Is she here right now?
Allegedly. Thanks, producer in the studio.
Thanks, Blair.
Can you cut that out?
Yeah. We're just going to stop. Everybody cut. We're done. We're done. You crossed the line.
Yeah. I think that there has been many lines that have been crossed in this podcast, and so far, we've crossed them all.
As long as we're walking them,
I when I started this shit, some people were like, are you worried about getting canceled? Well, first off, if I get canceled, 5 people won't get to see this.
Right.
Like, there's not a lot to cancel currently.
Nobody's offended.
I'm trying to take the South Park approach, where if you are aggressively offensive from the go, and then you you can't then go back and be like, oh well, now you're getting too crazy, because I'm like, no, it's been the whole time.
Right. So I was jacking off.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to go from here, but it's always my starter.
Oh, we should start the filming now.
Okay. Perfect. Record.
Paul, I wanted to ask you something.
Welcome to my podcast of the thing.
What were you doing earlier?
Well, I was with this guy, and Anchorman came in, and yes.
Were you jacking him?
I was jacking off, and, well, the Russell came in, and he watched for a minute, and then toyed with my nutsack. I did not stop him and kept going.
Dude, speaking of,
have you ever had that happen? Have you ever been having sex?
Yes.
And Russell,
okay, so Russell hates sex now. Like, anytime I start to have sex, he's like out. Like, he'll sit there for a hot second, and once he starts hearing either moaning or like animal noises coming from me, or like robot noises, which tend to happen a lot. It's
robot
noises. I'm into robots. I've had a few.
Are you like R2D2 or like C3PO?
No, both. I've actually had 2 robots at once, and they had both of those perspectives.
That's actually a very.
But Russell doesn't like it, so he runs.
Okay,
but I will say when he was younger, there was one time I was fucking, and he came up behind me and just put his nose like right into my asshole. And I was like, oh my god. Oh, see, he's traumatized. See, he didn't like it.
So I do have a story for you.
But ever since that, I think that's probably why he doesn't like sex, because he got up in there and then he's like, nope, not about it.
Not for me.
So I'm hooking up with this chick, and she has a rescue dog. And she shuts the door to her room, and the dog's like barking, and we're, going at it.
She's barking.
And yeah, right. All the barking's going on, and I don't notice that he figures out how to hit the door handle down because it's a flip down.
Okay, yeah.
Handle.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. And now he's in the room. And I'm on top, I'm going to town, I'm having my time. And I get just a swift tongue. Just hump.
And then you came.
I didn't. I did it, but it was this cold, wet thing. Like, so I've got like a cold, wet thing, which is his nose, and then his tongue like licked my nuts. And I'm like, what? And I like stop, and I look back, and there's the dog. And I'm like, I push him away. Like, hey, no, stop. Yeah. Right? And I keep going, and then he comes back up, and I get a cold nose right back in there. And I'm like, and I stop, and I'm like, hey, we gotta get your dog out. It isn't adding to the experience, but I mean, if it was...
Was it subtracting?
It was kind of subtracting. But if it was adding, would I have kept going? And what would that have meant for me as a person? Like, what would...
Bestiality.
This is meta, yeah, like... There's levels of...
What would that... Is that?
Yeah.
But like...
but is it okay?
Is it... Could I have closed my eyes and pretended like it wasn't a dog and somebody else? Like...
Yeah.
But I couldn't get there.
I think that's what the guys that fuck sheep do.
Yeah, I think they do too.
Yeah, I have a few of them that come into my bar, so I'll ask them next time just to...
Be like, hey, how do you fuck? My buddy's wondering, he wants dogs to lick his nuts.
Well, he wants to know, though, like, the moral code of stuff, and just, like, what's okay, what's not.
But, yeah, it was definitely interesting, but it was definitely not adding to my experience.
Yeah.
So I'm like, get this dog out of here, and it's not my dog, it's a rescue dog, so I can't, like, grab it and throw it out, like, I would if it was my dog, I'd be like, yo, bro, time to go. But
I was worried that this whole podcast would be about sex, but actually that's really fine. I have this thing with dogs where they don't ask for consent, like they
most of the time they don't.
Like
they'll hump a leg.
Because I have walked into a couples fucking
dogs,
and I have put my nose in, and I've seen the barrel of the shotgun. I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I was just interested. They don't like it.
Yeah,
but for some reason, when a dog does it, they just get
fine.
Yeah, it's just fine. I agree. We should cancel dogs.
We should cancel dogs because they
don't ask for consent.
They're not talking to you.
Yeah,
they're just doing whatever they want when they want.
Can you imagine?
Could you imagine humping somebody's leg? And just
I've actually imagined it a lot.
Like I like you, so I'm gonna hump your leg now.
I kind of want to sniff a butt quite a bit of times. Like, yeah. I just
want to say hello.
Have you ever walked down the street and just like, I want to sniff that butt? It's not allowed.
I say hello.
And I mean, like, why is every time that the dog does it, it's like, oh, it's cute. Like,
yeah, because
I want to be cute.
I'm cute too. Look at me.
I want to sniff that butt.
Let me sniff your butt.
Come on now. See, yeah. Fuck dogs.
Cancel dogs. They're next on the list.
That's why I have Russell. He would. Well, he does that too, actually. Russell actually doesn't ask for consent either. He just like climbs up on top of people Oh my god!
But look, he has his own time. Like once he's done with you, he's done. Like he'll settle down and he's good.
Yeah.
A dog won't. A dog just keeps coming.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he definitely likes a little more space than dogs.
You were worried this was all going to be about sex?
Well, I wasn't actually worried. I realized the page that we were going on. I was like, oh no. Guess we're just going to get all of our sex stories out on this one. I haven't actually talked a lot of sex stories in the podcast yet. Only like 17.
Oh, well, that's not a lot.
Yeah, no, that's like...
I mean, that's
like
a bare minimum.
Yeah.
It's like high school years.
Yeah.
Perfect.
If I had sex in high school, that would be the
Wow, you didn't have sex in high school?
Wait, you didn't know this?
No, I did not know this. You didn't have sex in high school.
No.
I hit 17 in high school.
I did it.
I mean, I had sex
17 people in high
school. I had sex with 17 different girls in high school.
I hit the age 17 in high school. Like, I turned 17.
Well, congratulations.
I didn't have sex until I was 23.
My stepmom told me she would cut my dick off if she caught me having sex, and I'm like 10 people down, like,
oof.
You're gonna cut my dick off.
Did she do it?
No, she caught me masturbating.
Did she circumcise you?
She caught me masturbating one time, and she came up. She had left. I've got a lot of brothers and sisters, right? So everybody was out of the house, and I'm like, this is the perfect time to jerk off.
Right.
And I'm playing porn. I'm jerking off to like some MILF stuff, obviously.
Yeah.
Right?
Who doesn't love that?
Who doesn't love that?
Wait, in high school?
In high school.
How old are you?
37.
They had you were able to access MILF videos?
Yeah.
Oh.
LimeWire.
This is how we knew we didn't have high-speed internet. Dude, I couldn't even get an image. I couldn't even get a picture going on when I was in high school.
Yeah, but I would download it.
Okay.
And then I would watch it. And I'm playing a video, and instead of hitting the close button when she's coming up, and I threw the towel over. And at that young age, it goes down when you're nervous or scared or whatever. I don't get scared boners.
Yeah.
So you throw it over, but it's not going away. You're
right.
15, 16 years old. This shit is fucking.
Which bed? Were you in the bedroom?
I'm at a desk.
Okay.
In the desk chair. And
so you figured she wouldn't know if there was a towel over it.
Oh, right. The tent would.
She wouldn't realize what was happening if you just threw the towel.
Well, the best part is I hit minimize instead of close.
Yeah.
So the sound is still going. And she walks in the door, and all she hears is, "Oh, fuck yeah, come on my face."
That's the best thing to have your mom or
stepmom walk in on, and then she looks down, pulls towel, smacks me in the back of the head, and says, "You're disgusting," and then she walks out.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there.
That's when I knew you're into shame porn.
Well.
You're like, wow.
Let me tell you, she did leave again, and I did finish. I did not.
I feel shameful and quite turned on.
I did not let that slow down or hinder my experience.
Yeah.
So I guess that is probably why I like that.
Yeah.
Maybe I should talk to a therapist.
I don't know. I would just lean into the kink.
Spit in my fucking face and tell me I'm terrible.
Dude, there is a thing that...
but, I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah. There is a thing that I don't know who... I think it was Dan Savage, but they talked about how, if we didn't have the religious, what do they call it? Reclusion or
well, I mean, that's coming back from,
persecution
Quaker,
of...
The Quaker days, dude.
Saying, this is bad, we wouldn't have the kinks we did. But I'm the kinks we have are hot, but if we had open acceptance about everything, it wouldn't be as kinky.
Yes and no. I mean, look at Europe and Germany and other countries that have a more open society and more free flowing towards sexuality.
Germany probably if you're a German and you're with a girl, you probably just put a little gas in the room or something just to keep it like lively or something.
Right. Like
that's
you're gonna half die. You're gonna half die today, and I'm gonna call you a Jew.
Yeah. You have to like chill like a Nazi flag while you're fucking that just to keep it lively.
But I mean, they have like
I don't know how Germans fuck, but that's imagined.
They have so many kinks. There are so many kinky like things that happen over there, like with like the BDSM and all that stuff, and like a lot of it comes out over there more so, and but they have like naked news and stuff like that where it's like it's just prevalent, right? And it's just, hey, this is a body.
That is true.
Like, don't get fucking weird,
dude. They have titties on the street. Like I went to Germany when I was like 14 or 15.
Yeah,
I remember seeing posters of like just girls with their tits out, and I was like, oh shit, titties,
right?
Like.
It's more open and more acceptable. So I mean, we came from a Quaker society, right? And even nowadays, when people are like, "We need Jesus and God, and I think you shouldn't do this thing, and you're a bad person," whoa, bro, hold on, take a step back. I think that's great that you believe that, but if I take my beliefs that aren't your beliefs and I shove them down your fucking throat, how happy are you going to be?
Yeah.
Not too happy.
Unless they like being taken control of.
What we came here for was no persecution in what you believe and what you do.
Yeah.
Don't persecute me. That, I guess that in itself is the literal American dream. Don't persecute me for my dream and what I believe. Yeah. I could believe in something completely different than you.
Yeah.
But I think, a lot of people right now are trying to shove all their ideals to feel validated down everybody else's throat. And it's like, no, shut the fuck up. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. I don't want that. No, thank you.
I want what I have.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Don't fucking religion rape me.
Dude, see, they need to ask for consent.
They need to ask for consent. They're like the dog.
Okay. Do you believe Jesus existed?
Ooh.
I'm not like trying to go down a deep like spiritual.
No.
We're gonna make a joke.
Can I go with no?
Okay, so if he existed, do you think he had sex? Because like Christians don't talk about it. The
Mary
Bible
Magdeline
doesn't talk about
with the hooker, Mary Magdeline.
I think he had sex with John.
Oh, okay.
The one that he loved.
John? Oh, wow, holy shit. So Mary Magdeline wanted his dick, but he was banging John.
Well, maybe he did both. Dude, he lived for 33?
33 years.
Maybe he had sex with a lot of people. Like, of course they didn't write it in scripture. Like, you're not going to write about
he was a love, open, friendly guy.
Any sort of like heroic figure is not just Jesus, but all you don't really know a lot about their sex lives.
Well,
that doesn't mean they weren't having sex.
Any heroic figure, you know about Michael Jordan's sex life?
No, but I'm sure that he had a lot of sex.
All the sex.
But if the further back you go, especially like with the icon, like this was the person, like I'm reading this book about like the rise and fall of the Third Reich right now.
Yeah.
About the rise and fall of Germany and Hitler and all this stuff.
Oh, okay.
But even that, they don't talk about Hitler's sex life. But like they said, like there's certain points where they're like, he might have been
in the balls.
He might have been like into the ladies or whatever, blah blah. But like it's not mentioned. And I'm like, of course Jesus' sex life wasn't mentioned because the main point of the scriptures were to talk about how he came to save the world, blah blah blah.
He notably hung out with prostitutes.
Right. And if you have 10,000 people following you, and what we know about cult leaders is they were fucking a lot of them. And then,
dominatrixes.
Yeah, they were given a lot of the love.
And I don't want to say that for sure, and I don't even want to say for sure he existed, but if he did, I have a feeling that he was probably into some kinky shit. And he's just like, I just fed you a lot of loaves and fishes. What are you going to do for me?
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do for me? I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
And I want to show you the path to heaven.
You should love
me. Yeah. But there is this theory, and all kidding aside, there is a theory that he was gay and he has the disciple whom Jesus loved. It was always this guy, John. And there's these paintings.
Because he was the one who walked on water.
Yes. And he there's the painting of the Last Supper, and people that painted that painting in like the 2nd and 3rd century painted John effeminate when all the other disciples look like your normal guys, and then John was painted effeminate. So it was like hints at that. And they're like, why did he say the disciple whom Jesus loved? Well, of course he loved all of them. So why did it like emphasize that there was a disciple? So there's this theory that he actually like loved him more than the other ones in that way.
Well, I
know.
Loving people is loving people.
Right.
And I think Jesus loved people.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with loving people.
And he could have loved Mary Magdalene and John and the prostitutes that he hung out with.
Yes.
Because I like hanging out with prostitutes.
Mary Magdalene was a prostitute.
Was she?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mary Magdalene was a prostitute, and
everyone knows I like hanging out with prostitutes and strippers. So, I love them very much.
So you're like Jesus.
You almost look like almost a beer.
I just want you to know you're very Jesus-y.
I'm doing my best. I had my wristband earlier on. It said WWJD, and I thought prostitutes, strippers.
I used to have a ring that said CTR. It said choose the right.
CTR,
that was before, right? That was before WWJD.
Really?
That was
CTR was before, because I've heard of that.
Choose the right.
Huh. I just want to do...
Now, I've always wondered what choose the left meant. Because if there's a right, there's always a left.
It's probably just fucking liberals.
I guess. Choose a higher gas price. No, I don't want to do that.
Okay, we're not getting you on politics. I prefer sex.
Okay.
Dude, it is crazy. I have worked at the bar that I work at for almost 4 years now. And it is a very, people talk about politics all the time at the bar. And I've somehow avoided diving into conversations. It's I think it's talent. I think I've learned to
So,
and if people start to ask me, and I'm like, yeah, cool, but do you like green T-shirts? And I don't know. That's not how I steer conversations, but I'm just trying to steer conversations away because
I worked when I bartended. The guy who taught me told me there were 3 things you never talk about at a bar: religion, politics, and money. You never let the guy who has the money talk about it. You never let the guy who wants to talk about politics talk about it, and you take them all away from those topics. They'll have a better time. They'll tip you better because they had a better time, and there's no conflict at your bar.
I don't know how. I don't think I've ever taken people away from politics because there's literally probably 15 dudes at my bar at one time, and they're talking politics. I just ignore it.
I think it's more prevalent now, and it's more up in your face. Everybody's got an opinion about something, and it's kind of stupid because the reality of it is most of us want the same thing.
Yes,
we all want the same thing, and yes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, but we all do. We all want to be able to live our life and not have the man who is our government impose upon us.
Yeah.
Right? That's what we signed up for, and that's why we're not in Canada.
Yeah.
I didn't say
the reason I'm not in Canada is because I wasn't born there.
Well, dude, we could all move there at any time we wanted. We're all grown-ups, and we could go anywhere.
I personally, only because Luke lives there, have been thinking about moving up there to work for Luke.
Okay, yeah.
But I have a reason, but nothing to do with politics, government, whatever. It's just I kind of want to work for Luke for 6 months and then come back.
That would be really cool because I would love to pick your brain after that 6 months.
Oh my god, dude! I could do a big show.
That would be That's
side note.
That would be cool,
dude. I noticed. God, I hate how when I think I'm reading a book, all I talk about is the book that I'm reading. But so I've been reading this Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. God, I'm already starting to say the syllables wrong.
So I've been reading a book. It's called My Dungeon Power. It was overpowered. It's part of a light novel series, and It's fucking awesome. Like, it's gonna be a manga, an anime, and
did you write it?
I did not. No, but I'm reading it. And it's not half bad. It's not half bad. It's not as good as Solo Leveling, but it's not half bad. So the books I've been reading lately have not been all the self-help.
Like fantasy?
Yeah, it's like a fantasy book.
Well, this is definitely not self-help either, but they were talking about how like there's so many governments back in the 1800s and 1900s, like it's all state. And they were like, yeah, the purpose of the citizen is to bow down to the state. And like that was like philosophers like feelings and like so all of these people coming up
that was over. So when getting books like this that you're reading, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like To the Third Reich, well, that was this style of government. Like that's like what China gets, right?
Dude,
that is not a unique style, nor is it accepted worldwide.
Nor would I want that. It's just crazy how much it was back then. You know, like
right. It was until people realized like
that it sucks.
It sucked, and then
it sucks. Really
and then
bad.
It sucked so bad. It sucked so bad that other people saw what happened to these people.
Yeah.
That they go, we have to go to war against this idea.
Yeah.
We have to fight to help these people, not like as like we're policing it.
Yeah.
But it's that bad. It's like going, hey, I'm going to go to North Korea, and then I'm not going to want to do anything about what I just saw.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, North Korea's a trip because I feel like the only reason that we can't go save North Koreans because they have nukes.
Yeah.
Like they're like we can't just be like, hey, like we want to help you, but
do those nukes work? Like we don't. We
don't know, but
we don't know.
But do we want to take that risk? And then also you have like China.
But it's like, did somebody give him right? But did somebody give him like a suitcase bomb?
Mm-hmm.
It's not just the nuke. Like he's not going to launch a nuke across. Like obviously we know he can't shoot a rocket. He tried that during the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
He shot like 3 rockets and none of them went fucking anywhere he wanted. But it's the fact that he's like, I've got a suitcase bomb. I've got a suitcase bomb that will take out New York.
Dude, there's
and that's the scary thing because he's gonna smuggle somebody in with a suitcase bomb.
There's this thing that happened. I don't know. Yeah. This is kind of like a side spinoff, but I've been listening a lot about aliens, and
I've got some good alien stuff.
Okay, well, so this is a good segue. I don't even know what segue means. I just hear it a lot, so I like to say it. And I rode one once down the sidewalk. Do you want to do that the rest of the podcast? You know what I love about that is like you just created me one TikTok clip. It'll just be you for 10 seconds going like this. And now it's there.
Welcome
to Nobodies. So there's this idea that when we started seeing aliens is when we lit off the first nuke. So when we did, I think it was Hiroshima, whenever we did like the first atom bomb, and that's when alien sightings started becoming prevalent. So the idea is we've always been monitored by higher intelligent form, but they're like these lower creatures, you know, like they're just like, yeah, they're whatever. And then they see this huge explosion. They're like, we should probably pay attention about this. So then they like have been coming in and monitoring us, and that's
not true.
Well, I don't know if it's true. I would like to hear your counterpoint.
My counterpoint is sailors. There are documented.
You mean seamen?
Seamen. All the seamen. All the seamen. There are documented moments in time where sailors have been out at sea and they have seen things shoot out of the ocean.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Right? And
I guess what I'm saying is,
and go up into, and this goes back a long time. Like, so before you're like, oh, like, hey, we would see this. No, sailors, and like this goes back to how like dragons, and this is a dangerous place to go be, is because they would see that or something of that nature, right? They would see something crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like how dragons got created in China.
Yeah.
Like, why aren't dragons on the North America?
Well, that's
dragons weren't a thing. That's not a cultural thing for us to believe in dragons.
Right.
But in China, Japan, on the east part.
So what do you think that is? Like, why do they have dragons and we don't?
I don't know. Why do they have why do they have longer written paper than we do?
Yeah, but like, I'm saying more mythical creatures.
That I know, and I
like,
talk about it. So think about this.
Same with like vampires or werewolves or like
right.
There's like these mythical beings that certain cultures hold on to.
I'm thinking like, you know, like I'm a dude. I live in a town. I'm going into a forest to go do something. It gets late. I'm coming back home, and there's some bandits. I don't see them really well because it's dark.
Right.
They attack me.
Right.
And I fight them off, and I do everything I can, and I get away.
Yeah.
Right? And there's also trees involved with, like, you know, like when it's dark at night, like trees coming at you, you know, and I make it back to the town, and goddamn demons. Like, how else do I explain it?
Right. You're like,
how else do I explain it besides I got attacked by demons?
Yeah.
I was physically attacked by a demon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, you were physically attacked by bandits.
Yeah.
And then you fought off some trees because your heart was going so fast that this tree branch that you thought was grabbing your shoulder was something else.
Okay.
Right? So now demons get involved because I don't know how to explain this, but
right. I've wondered that about like demons and ghost stories in current society, like the Catholics and also even Christians. Like, I've heard personal stories like, I saw this guy on the edge of my bed and he was scary or whatever, and like I've heard stories of like, I was 12, I saw this. But I also, like, one of the things I wondered, I was like, were you dreaming? It's always at night. It's never in the day. So I was wondering, I was like, maybe, like, because I've had some realistic dreams where, like, I saw something. And then you're like, oh, shit, like, that was there. It was, you know, like, I saw it.
I've had a very realistic experience of something very similar to where I couldn't get up. I was in my bed where I was. I couldn't get up.
Yeah.
Sleep paralysis, and there's a guy at the end saying God doesn't love you. Dark cloak, fucking smoky fucking figure.
Yeah.
Right? Just so happened to be kind of near the closet area. But hey.
It's always by the closet.
Right? So, you know, it took me years and years to think about this, and like...
How old were you?
I was 1920. Was just getting out of church.
Yeah.
You know?
Because a lot of stories come from like a 6 or 7 year, you know, like the childhood story and like
childhood. I was a little bit older.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I, you know, and I had also done some
tricks.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
I had also done some like fun activities, you know, psychedelic, and so, you know, was I half asleep? 2, was I feeling shame from leaving a religion?
Yeah.
And my mind was doing something. I haven't had an experience like that since.
Yeah.
You would think dark shadowy figure I'd get more than one.
Yeah.
At that point, if I got one, why not get two?
Why wouldn't you just keep tormenting me?
Right. Yeah. Right. Dude, so I think a lot of it is when you buy in so deep into a concept, you're willing to believe anything.
Yeah.
And breaking away from it is very hard. And that was my breaking away moment of, because I shouted "fuck you."
That's a good thing to shout.
And I did that, or were you sleep paralysis and you couldn't?
No, I shouted "fuck you" and I sat up really fast.
Thanks, Lindsay.
You the best.
Lindsay's our audio technician /
producer / peanut gallery.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we've got a producer.
All right, cheers.
Her name's Lindsay.
Allegedly Chadley.
But you need to laugh more at our funny stuff.
Oh, you gotta be funnier then.
Oh, shit. Hey, Paul, we gotta be funnier.
This is what the shots are for.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We gotta make her laugh more.
Okay.
I do like the idea of having a laugher.
Lapper.
The laugher. You insinuate the laughter makes everybody else want to laugh more.
Oh.
That's why they had laugh tracks. Yes.
So we'd like to go on to funnier.
No. We're gonna be serious, but she's still gonna laugh.
I'm gonna laugh at the fact that he's drooled on TV.
Did I?
Yeah.
Dude, that's how Russell does in the morning because he's drooling, he purrs a lot, and he doesn't do that, but he drools, and then he shakes his head like a dog. Yeah. There's all these drools out. He's like, and there's I'm laying dude, it's annoying as fuck. What I'm wondering. So this is a thing that, as a person that was religious, went into basically atheism, and then was slipping back into some sort of belief in the supernatural.
Yeah.
Is am I making this shit up in my brain, or is the substance, because I mushrooms, LSD,
yeah,
a couple different hallucinogenics, and everyone sees their shit. Are we seeing, or dreams, are we seeing shit that isn't real, we're making it up, or it's a projection, or are we tuning into something that is there that we don't like? And that's what I think about, I don't know where this conversation came from, but the folklore of why do we have, why is there dragons? Why are there the Greek gods that there is? And part of me thinks that because those people were taking certain substances, and they were actually seeing the things that were actually there, and then they wrote about it, they documented it, and of course it's folklore down the line, or were they all just making it up this story sounds cool. Part of me believes that they were seeing the shit
they
that
were probably shaman.
Yeah.
People who ate and took things. I mean, gypsum seeds.
Yeah.
Bro, my buddy got arrested on gypsum seeds, and
medical provider, no, those can kill you. We don't recommend those.
No gypsum seeds here. What are gypsum seeds?
One of the most dangerous hallucinogenics that you can ingest.
You just...
Yeah, and they grow in the wells.
You can't put them
there's no way to know how strong they are. I used to get overdoses of these all the time. One can kill you. From? Fucking Pennsylvania. They grew all the way up the fucking green walk.
It's gypsum weed.
Gypsum seeds.
Yeah.
Flower.
Anyways, my buddy took some, and he's like, dude, I thought what I saw was me chilling at the beach.
Yeah.
And I was having a great time.
Oh no. I imagine he's not at the beach.
No!
Or having a good time.
And he was not having a good time. He's running down a train track with one shoe on with no sock, one sock on with no shoe, no shirt, and he's pulling out his hair. Is what the cops found.
Oh no.
That's how they found him.
Oh no.
Right? And he came to in a cell.
Yeah.
He ended his fucking, like, it is one of the most powerful hallucinogens out there.
I'll second that medically.
And he ended his trip. When he ended it, he came to in a jail cell.
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like, what the fuck? And where am I? Like, what happened? And he heard the story back. Like, hey, dude, this is how we found you. And he's like, where's my shit? And they're like, dude, you didn't have shit. Like, this is how we found you. Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't have a wallet. You don't have an ID. You're just fucking a half-naked dude.
But he didn't. So all he remembered was him being on a beach.
All he remembered was him having a great time on a beach, and he was tripping, having fun.
Yeah.
And that's where he got picked up, was on a train track.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
running.
Why. See, that's why. I will say that, like, because I've taken plenty of hallucinogens, and sometimes I feel like I'm over my head. I mean, you asked me the other day. You're like, I want to trip solo. How much should I take? Right. I have before I started tripping solo. I have taken mushrooms plenty of times with other people, but there is this level of difference, and I was like, there's been a few times that I had seen things that definitely did not exist. Right?
Really? Solo,
and I was just like, and the next day I was like, oh my god. And so what I realized was like, there is a reason why, like, in the spiritual ceremonies, like shamans, when you like take ayahuasca or whatever, there's a reason why there is a guide to help you along the way, because when you're out on your own, you just really can just and so I was having another person is grounded, but
I was very curious about it. I wasn't as about it the other night, so I took very little, but like a part of me is very, very, very curious to do a solo hunt, a solo run. Like, I want that. I want to know. I want the knowledge for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like what you said to me, and like what was confirming.
Yeah.
Of what I felt, that you're like, hey, it's very eye-opening. It's very self.
Yeah.
Of like, you're gonna learn a lot about who you are and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I want to. There's a part of that that's very much like an attractive state to learn. Like, hey, what can I learn about myself and who I can become, and how much knowledge I can learn through this experience. And it really is.
It can be helpful, but what I'm saying is there is a... What's up? You can just come up here.
Hey!
Don't scratch the fucking chair.
Yeah, here.
I want to do this thing where like I do these little clips of like Russell in like little positions of like boop, 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 because he's just like always around.
Hey, just do it to the Dane Cook. Do, 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 do. And then just show his butthole when like Dane Cook does the butthole thing. Go boop, 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 boop.
If we get some shots of Russell's butthole, I will definitely do that.
You have to guide a lot of fur to get that.
Lindsay, will you get us some more ice, please?
I will.
Thanks.
That also means another pour.
Yeah.
I think that's how Titanic works.
Hey, that's a light.
Come
on, producer.
It's very crowded.
Chadwick.
This is my first podcast with the producer, so we're gonna have to figure this out. We're trying her out. I'm not sure if it's gonna work out, but. Okay, so what I noticed is that like you want to dive in, but like this is why like when you take like heavy hallucinogens, why there's a shaman that just like they're not like there to like push you anyway, but they're there to like somewhat protect you if
from
you go
driving crazy.
Yeah, like because you don't want to be the one that gets arrested, right? Like you don't want to, you don't want to think you're on a beach and then in a cop car,
not
right?
Just that,
like,
not just that. Like
but that can happen if you take.
But you could also dive. I mean, I've taken shrooms and had like a dark experience.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
And luckily, people were there to be like, "Hey, whoa, come back!
Exactly.
Come back over here. Come back to the light. Come back over here."
That's why I brought it up in the first place. Is like,
that's good. That's it. You know, that's one of those things that's like, it's very much a.
This podcast is sponsored by Highland Park 12-year-old Viking Honor.
And busy.
Highland Park is probably one of my favorites.
Cheers.
It's a really good product. When it comes to scotch, it's
based on how slow you're drinking. I don't believe you.
By how slow I'm drinking?
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, he might not like it, but I love it. I mean,
I like it.
I was gonna do.
I don't drink a lot of scotch, but like
I was gonna do scotch old fashions.
Yeah.
Like a 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, but we could have made them like right here. You know, like. It would have been like I would have made us something really cool because with a little bit of smoke and a little bit of sweet.
Oh, I'm 100% in.
Like it's a very cool like drink. Like the 50-50 is a very cool because you're doing whiskey with whiskey and you're kind of mellowing out some of the smoke.
Yeah.
With some of that sweet from a bourbon. You know, and it's really cool. That's why I was gonna grab the Black Grouse. And take the Black Grouse with like a decent bourbon, and because the Black Grouse has all the good scotches, because the Grouses are a blend of those scotches, and which people don't know.
I didn't know it.
Yeah, but like a Scotch drinker will be like, hey, and like I sat down and I drank like regular Grouse, Black Grouse, and I'm like, oh. Okay, that's how they get this flavor. It's a blended scotch.
Yeah.
What are they blending?
They're blending those.
They're blending these products together to make their product, which is a cheaper product.
Yeah.
Because it's the end of their stuff, right? It's like right? And they're getting it from like it's like why is Kirkland brand cheaper than Grey Goose?
I actually don't know.
Because it's from the distiller direct, and they're not.
I thought Costco just had such a heavy influence that they're thinking, hey, give us the shit.
No, dude. Their whiskey is what's that Canadian fucking? It's not
Canadian Club.
It's not Canadian Club. It's not Canadian Club. But it's not a bourbon. It's not a bourbon. That's why they call it whiskey.
Yeah, you can't mix them. Yeah.
But their vodka is like Grey Goose.
Yeah, no, it's from the same distilleries.
Right.
That's what I've always heard. Yeah.
It's from the exact same distillery.
Yeah.
So you're getting the exact same product.
Yeah.
And the whiskey is the same thing. It's a high-end... Oh, Woodford Reserve.
Woodford is what at Costco?
Their whiskey.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Straight up.
I'm going to have to confirm this. Lindsay, Google this. Dude, you're like when Joe Rogan does it, you're Jamie. You're Jamie. Like, pull that up, Lindsay.
Okay, what am I confirming?
Costco's whiskey is
Costco's whiskey.
I've actually heard that before. But I will verify.
That would be wild, actually.
It's from the same distillery.
Yeah, you can look it up by seeing what country it comes from, right?
No,
There's only so many.
I would just Google that.
What is Costco's whiskey?
Yeah.
Find out.
I lost my train of thought.
The signature?
Yeah, Kirkland brand. So how do you feel about, do you think that now that Juuls are banned, do you think that your personal vape of choice is next? Or do you feel very comfortable that it's only Juul and the bigger vape lobby will be able to...
So, can't stop it. You'd have to do what Singapore did.
Why do you think that
that would be a straight up crazy ass lawsuit, like against freedom of like market.
So why do you think that they picked on Juul? They were the
biggest, and they were like the first biggest, like the product that was a disposable product.
Also, if that plant bugs your neck, you can get it back.
Or I didn't even fucking think about it. I thought Lindsay was trying to scratch my neck.
Tickling your neck. No, because I was wondering
so think about this. So there were a bunch of vape companies that were making like Fruit Loops and this and that and all these like fun flavors that even kids would like, right? And a lot of kids were vaping. They weren't vaping Juul. They were vaping a lot of these flavors. So how do I get the flavors in, like, cigarettes come in menthol and cigarette.
You get the flavor of menthol or cigarette. I like that.
Right?
I just don't understand.
So they used to make, I mean, Durhams are a thing. They were a thing, and they had like the cherry and the this and that. They had the other flavors, but you had to know what a Durham was.
Right.
They weren't a big product, right? So they got away with selling flavored.
Yeah.
Like,
so was Juul the biggest brand?
They were the biggest. They blew up the most. They were making the most money.
So I was wondering,
if you bought a certain amount from them, they would send you a gold-plated Juul.
So some people say,
like the case. Your case would be 24 karat gold plated.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that some people would say that Juul didn't have the lobby that the cigarette industry
absolutely
has.
Not.
And so cigarettes pushed
them out.
Juul
out.
Canceled, basically.
Yeah. So in Singapore, their tobacco lobbyists are so powerful.
Yeah.
It is a $2,000 fine to own, possess, or anything of one
of
them. Anything.
But you can still have a cigarette.
$2,000. You get a cigarette.
So wild. That's so bonkers to me. That's
right. So, and it is 100% illegal to own this or hold it, possess anything. So if you're at a bar and your friend goes, "Hey, hold this for me," and then a cop comes up to you and tells you, "Hey, I want to check your pockets," which in Singapore you cannot deny.
No. You can't deny. Oh shit, that makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but see what you're saying.
Right. You can't deny him, so you have to show him your pockets, and if you pull this out, you are in possession of it.
Yeah.
Whether you smoke it or not, that's $2,000.
Ooh. That's rough.
What you said is not confirmed.
What were you talking about?
With Costco, Woodford.
But it's like
not even clearly defined. Not even remotely.
They don't have.
Like, I'm searching and searching. There's nothing that's suggesting it. Actually.
Wow.
I would have never heard it. It seems a little too
the
high.
Grey Goose.
Okay.
The Grey Goose one, I think, is confirmed. Yeah.
Well, Grey. Oh, you mean like Costco?
Costco.
French vodka.
Yeah.
Or Costco.
Check that one. Because I have heard that one. I never heard that one.
Me too.
But yeah, confirm the Grey Goose and Kirkland.
My understanding is that if there's two options, it's either Grey Goose or it's some other high-end. What is it? Yeah, it's like one of two because of the country that it comes from. Because of the country it comes from is what I've heard.
There are only so many major mass production distilleries.
Yeah.
You have to get a major mass production distillery to create your...
What do you think the likelihood that we are in the Matrix?
Pretty low.
You were thinking like percentage-wise? Like 0 is 0.
All right. So if you want to say that it's like the Matrix, so that could technically mean like I'm a kid right now playing a video game.
No, basic. You've seen.
No, literally, literally. What you're saying.
Yeah.
What you're saying. I'm giving you another option. I'm an alien kid playing a video game.
Yeah.
The video game is he's playing me.
Yeah.
Running around doing all this stuff, and when I die, he gets out of a pod and walks away.
Right. That's like slightly different than the Matrix, but still similar.
Very similar.
Yeah.
But it's all the same concept of I am living in a fake world that isn't real.
What do you think the likelihood of that is?
0.0001%.
I think it's at least 0.1.
We literally...
No, actually, probably 0.2. Actually, 20%.
We are alive. I feel, you feel, I bleed. I've definitely fucked up and I've definitely bled.
That's what a computer simulation would say.
That's cool. That's cool, man. You're right. But the things I've done in my life, no computer simulation could have fucking accounted for. Right? Like, I'm not the norm. And everybody would be, like, you would be an NPC right now. Like, why would you be a main character?
Oh, it definitely wouldn't be.
So, why...
My character would not be.
Why on God's green earth would an NPC be putting this much time into life? Non-playable character.
Yeah.
NPC.
Have you seen Free Guy?
Why? Well, yeah.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
NPC. You're a non-playable character. Why on God's green earth would you?
Yeah.
Would any programmer put this much time into?
That's actually a really good point. I respect that.
There's not
really
also
good
a no.
What?
The Gray Goose.
Oh, okay.
Is also being
That's actually
said
really
as
good
being
point.
a conspiracy theory.
Like, why would a designer put that much detail into?
There's
3, 4. Like, how many interesting people do you know?
Well, I have met
Like really interesting people.
Once again, I've met a few.
Right.
Do I still keep in contact with them? No, but I've met.
Hey, fuck you.
I keep in contact with you, so shut up.
No, actually, it's a really good point. This is a really solid point against the whole video game simulation theory. I actually like this.
It's garbage. It's garbage. The Matrix. It's like I saw the Matrix, so now we're in the Matrix. It's like, dude, grow up. Like, do me one solid fucking favor and take responsibility for your life. Take responsibility for who you are in your life. We got a shot at this.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens after. I don't claim to know what happens after. But, you know what? When I turn 50, I'm buying a Ducati and I'm going 200 miles an hour everywhere I go because I don't want to get old.
Right.
Right? Like, that's my choice. But, like, get real. Like, this is reality. This is real for us right now.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to believe that we reincarnate, we have a spirit that goes to heaven or hell afterwards, which are two different destinations that nobody really knows about, but we talk about them.
Yeah.
Right? And farther back on the fucking scale, hell was like this crazy ass, way crazier place than it is what is described as now. So that's kind of weird. But let's actually think about it. Dude, we got one shot.
Yeah.
We're a real person. Like, when I turn around, you don't disappear.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that because you're behind my head and there's like no wall back here.
Yeah.
But if I throw my head back,
that's a really good point.
If I threw my head back, I'm gonna hit something, aren't I?
You know, the only thing that had ever made me think about the Matrix theory was some of the smartest people in the world have alluded to the idea that we might be in a simulation. But if I think that, like, to your point,
the fact that they think that they can create a simulation as well as this.
No, yeah,
and I go to their genius. Fuck you, bullshit. Fuck you and bullshit, because I play games, I watch movies, I watch this, I pay attention in a different way than people do, right?
Yeah.
Because The Matrix wasn't a original idea.
Yeah.
I watch anime.
Right.
I love
that.
Yeah. Love.
So what I would say.
So when I think about movies and like people are like, this is so revolutionary. And like,
we already did that.
That's like a 10-year-old concept that I've already seen. Like a 10-year-old, because it like Family Guy, like this concept of having a baby talking.
Yeah, wasn't the first.
It's not the first, but it's like, how do you do that in real life?
Right.
How do you make that real? You can't make that real. Family Guy needs to be an animated series. Right? It needs to be animated. We're going to have a dog and a baby that talk to each other, that can communicate, but nobody else understands the baby.
Right.
But people understand the dog.
Right.
Awesome. Right?
Right.
Awesome concept. The Matrix idea, not original. Inception is based off of an anime that happened 4 years before it.
Right.
Literally, scene for scene kind of shit is happening.
Yeah.
In Inception, that happened in the anime.
Yeah.
Scene for scene.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. Like, so when you tell me, oh, you like cartoons, yeah, of course I do. I like to know what's coming up. I like to stay in front of the creative idea.
Yeah.
Like, because why? Because these people are reaching and thinking beyond.
Yeah.
And doing more than what is available to filmmakers.
Yeah.
In our time.
Yeah.
Always.
So what I wonder is are those people that are, like, the people that are first coming up with the concepts, are they touching on just new ideas that, like, they're just creating in their own minds, or are they touching, kind of goes back to, like, the whole, we're talking about dragons and Greek gods. Like,
remember I told you, like, jerking off this way and this way was different?
I do not remember that.
Oh,
that does make sense.
Let me show you. Like, if I jerk you off this way and then I jerk you off this way, it's going to be a little different, right?
That makes sense.
So they're not going off of different ideas. They're coming up with. There's an artist who comes up with, like, hey, boom, here's this picture of a guy that I like.
Yeah.
Wow. And he gets picked up. And now a whole story has to be built around this photo.
Yeah.
This image. What are we going to do? How are we going to get there? And what are we going to do? Like, the manga and anime fucking industry is some of the craziest, hardest shit you've ever... Like, those people get paid, underpaid, overworked out of anybody.
Yeah.
And they're creating more content.
Right.
And more ideas than... They're like, I've seen the Hollywood movies before they ever come...
Right. Yeah, they, like, copy off that.
They do. Or they go, wow, this is a cool idea. Or they go, hey, this is... Or they have that idea.
Right.
Without watching it. But it's already been done right here.
Yeah.
And now the fact that when I see a similar idea happen, and maybe they never saw this, maybe they never knew it happened.
Right.
Because, the light bulb happened in two different places.
Yeah.
They
might have had the light bulb 100 years later, or 50 years later.
There's a concept of one world conscience.
Yeah.
And, like, when you want ice cream, right? and you go, hey, I'm going to go get ice cream at 31 Flavors or Cold Stone or this place or this place.
Right.
And you say you want that, and then you go. And you show up, and there's like this line, and you ask the person, you're like, man, it's really busy tonight. They go, it just got busy.
Yeah.
You're telling me it just got busy. You just had this thought.
Right.
You just thought to go do this. And every single person that was in that line
already had
just thought, just like you. Probably at the same time as you. No, they just lived closer.
Yeah, okay.
They just lived closer.
Yeah.
Right? They thought it at the same time. They did it at the same time.
Yeah.
Like Tesla and what? Ensign? No, fuck. What's the other guy?
I actually don't know the other guy,
but you know
the other car company that does the same thing.
No, it's not the car company, dude. It's not
Tesla.
Tesla was the guy who wanted
electricity guy
who wanted direct, and then
what's it? Nikolai Tesla, right?
That's Nikola Tesla.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there is oh my god, he was like the most famous guy. He created like the light bulb and all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name?
He beat Tesla out. But
he beat Tesla out,
yeah,
and he created
I know exactly what you're saying.
AC, which is alternating current.
Yeah.
But Tesla wanted to do direct current.
Why the fuck you're? I don't know.
Edison.
Thomas Edison.
Thomas Edison.
Yeah, Nikolai Tesla, Thomas Edison.
Right? They fought with each other.
Yeah.
Right? But they created a lot of the same things around a lot of the same time.
Yeah.
Right? Boom, 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 boom. Right?
Thomas Edison.
They weren't sharing information.
No, they're doing
They weren't sharing information, but they're creating.
Yeah.
Right? Ha.
Yeah.
Right? And Thomas Edison was more favorable by the people.
Yeah.
Direct current would have saved us a lot of money. A long time ago. We could have figured out how to disperse direct current back at the home. But direct current to the home probably would have been awesome. It would have killed a lot of people.
It might.
And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. And people are like, there's underpopulation right now. Because people aren't having babies.
I'm not having a baby.
I'm not having babies. Because, you know what?
That's 2 less babies. Because I haven't had one in you.
Well, I mean, shit, that's probably like 6 less babies.
Oh, yeah, that's actually true. The way we fuck, there's probably like 12 less babies.
We're probably. Sorry.
So, no, you're good.
Well,
what I was wondering is...
But, like, I mean...
Honestly...
Come on. Like...
You ready?
Yeah.
I gotta pee.
I do too.
Okay, let's pee.
Together.
We're gonna pee break. We're gonna pee together.
We're gonna pee.
Perfect.
I'm going downstairs.
Okay, I'll go upstairs. There's no rhyme or reason to this podcast. So
hey, you know what?
I
might be the biggest piece of shit you know.
One of the best pieces of shit.
I hope so. Oh, that's what I'm trying to find. That's a good idea.
One of the best pieces of shit?
My goal of this podcast is to search for the biggest pieces of shit. No, I mean, like, dude, there's literally no rhyme or reason to this podcast. I mean, I like this conversation. It's just like talking. I like to go where it leads.
I'm just going off your intro.
I fucking win. That intro was created way after I already created podcasts.
Fair.
And also,
but I will tell you the fun conversations we had at the bar, which is like one of those things where.
What was the one thing that we were going to talk about?
Paul having sex for money.
I thought we weren't going to make it about the sex.
You guys already filled with that.
Yeah. We didn't do it the whole time. This is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Wait, you had sex for money? Oh no, we were talking about.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, yeah.
Yes, I've definitely had sex for money.
Okay.
Paul's a whore.
Since we brought that up, why are people so opposed to people having sex for money?
I don't know, but like
I don't understand it.
But in the return factor, I've been in a position to pay for sex, and
I've also done that.
I didn't get the same satisfaction per se. Out of it, I couldn't wrap my mind around it nor get excited for the moment when, no matter what, like she punched me in the dick. Like, is this what it takes?
Did you pay for the punch in the dick?
I paid for all of it.
How many times have you paid for sex?
Do I have to answer that? Because I've tried it a few times.
You don't have to answer.
I was kind of like at that point where I'm like, hey, like maybe it didn't work. So like you don't like scotch the first time you drink it, right?
You try it again.
So you try it again.
Yeah, I understand exactly what you're saying. I will try anything multiple times.
So I don't like paying for sex. I could say that.
And you've tried it
a few times.
That's fair. I like paying for sex.
I've given
it put that out there. I like paying for sex.
I've never actually had sex that I paid for.
So you paid for it and you
No.
Yeah.
As a hooker, you always pay for fucking sex. Everybody fucking pays for sex.
Whoa.
One way or another.
No, that's not what he's saying, though.
But you never paid a hooker for sex.
Yeah, no, never paid those girls for sex.
Okay.
Wow. I don't know what you guys are saying. You guys have inside jokes.
No, I just think no sex is free, right?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I know that's not what you're saying. I'm saying nobody doesn't pay for
sex. 6 times.
No, I understand, but like I understand that there's a lot of people that's never literally said, "Here's money for sex."
Yeah.
The 6 times I tried it, I never paid for sex.
So you
paid for them to accompany me in the bedroom. That's what I paid for.
And then you didn't have sex.
Right.
Got you.
Right. I paid for them to accompany me.
You're paying for the time.
Right.
That's often a lot of times what it is.
You know, that's that. I was just paying for their time.
Yeah.
6 times.
Yeah.
I tried it.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I wanted to make sure.
Were you going to have sex with them and then you just couldn't?
I couldn't in the time. I couldn't.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think it was the payment factor and the fact that I felt like, which I learned something about myself through this experience, which was that like I want the validation of knowing that you're actually into me, like that actually turns me on, right? And it's not that I'm paying you to be into me.
Yeah. You want them to actually be into you.
I want them to actually be into me, and like I couldn't. At any time that I've paid for it, I've never been able to actually get erect.
Dude,
like, I've never gotten a fucking boner, and I've paid for it like 6 or 7 times because I'm fucking furious that I can't fucking do it, and I'm with a hot chick, and I'm like, you're fucking hot. Boom! I paid money for this. I want it, and it doesn't happen because.
Have you ever tried the Viagra?
Oh, I have.
I'm just kidding. I mean, no, I'm not kidding, but.
No, I'm not kidding, and yes, I have.
Have you ever asked them to pay you?
So
maybe you would get a bonus.
Now that's
if they pay you.
Yeah, no, that'll get my dick hard.
See, yeah, all right.
Because
that would make my dick
which is what Lindsay wants to talk about is the fact that I got paid to fuck.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's what I said we should open the podcast.
I got paid to fuck.
Yeah, and that made your dick hard.
Yeah, I met a couple on Craigslist, and they wanted to do like I was younger, and they wanted to do a whole show up. Technically it's a bull cuckold scenario.
Yeah.
Right? But it wasn't called that back when I was 20 years old.
Yeah.
22 years old.
Let's call it 16 just like.
Well, it was 22. It was 22. I was 22 years old, and I showed up to this house, and I text my buddy, and I go, "Hey, this is the address, and if I don't text you in 2 hours, send the cops."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Why 2 hours?" I go, "Because I can't fuck longer than 2 hours." And he goes, "Wait, what?" And I'm like, "I'll explain later." I'll explain later.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I show up. Lady's older, but she's got big fake tits. She's hot. She's got a banging little body.
Yeah.
We start making out. Her husband walks up, and he's like, "Hey," and I throw him right to the fucking ground.
What do you mean throw him to the ground? Like push him to the ground? You're
Like, you want to stand up and have me throw you to the ground? Like, I grab him by the shirt and I throw him to the ground.
That's what.
And
I didn't actually want to perform it.
Yeah, and then I push his wife onto the couch and I tell her to come sit down, blah, blah, blah. And he stands up and he had something to say, but I didn't like it. So I slapped him and I told him to sit down. Then I went back to fucking finger banging his wife and fucking hooking up with his wife.
Yeah.
Right?
So he's like
watching, just sitting there, and he just got bitch slapped and fucked up. And I banged the shit out of her. We have a good time. And that's the first time we hung out. I come all over and I had to leave, and then they 3 days later they send me an email that they'd like to see me again.
Damn.
And I'm like, all right, cool. Well, I had a great time.
Yeah.
An email.
Well, this is back in the day when emails were a thing.
Yeah, right. They sent me
this Christian couple. Christian couple look like they look quite.
So they sent me an email, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I show up. Same kind of thing happens.
Yeah.
But this time there's like couple $100 on the fucking nightstand. Well, I see it. I just came all over her face. I grab it. I spit in his face. And then I leave. A couple days later, they say that was wonderful. That was fantastic.
God damn it.
God damn, that was the
kinky goddamn people.
Best night of our life. And I'm like, holy shit. Right?
Yeah.
And thus a Dom was born.
Well, but like, I mean, at some point, I mean, I got bored. I literally got bored with doming. Like,
Okay.
I literally have gotten bored, and I'm looking for like more outlet of like something else that's more intriguing. Like, please be intriguing. Please be exciting.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I've never met someone that does that other than two of the people that I know. Okay, however.
Have you ever met a guy who's done that?
Yes, I have.
Okay, cool.
I was actually telling my buddy Hanis about this story, and he has a similar story. It's not that. What I want to know is, speaking of sex, and like people talk about how you have to be like, okay, have that. What else? What does every human deal with? Like, if I'm gonna get, say for example, I'm gonna get married. Am I gonna deal with, okay, we did this, then what else? Because obviously, like, we all deal with, like, we did this thing, then we do, like, what else are we gonna try?
What's the next step?
Right. Okay, so as a human, like, does everyone feel that? Like, as far as sexual, as far as like experimental, do we all like, even like, because I'm very experimental, so like I try these things. do we think we all do that?
Like, I think so, and I think that the thing that helped me the most with that was microdosing for a month and a half.
Yeah.
That brought me back to being present in my moment.
Yeah.
Right? Because I was having sex with girls and thinking, and they were just a fuck sleeve. Every girl I had sex with was literally a fuck sleeve.
Yeah.
And like, if I loved you and I liked you a lot, I didn't want to have sex with you. I wanted
to have sex with the ones that you weren't caring about.
I didn't care about because they were just a sleeve.
Yeah.
They were a sleeve for me to jack off into.
Yeah.
Right? But if I loved you and I wanted something from you, I didn't want to have sex with you because I cared about you more than anything else in life. And the sex became like, I can't tell you how many girls I fucked that I never came with. And I fucked for hours.
Yeah.
Hours. Just trying my fucking hardest to come. And I couldn't.
Yeah.
Because they're just a jack-off sleep. And I'm like thinking about, you're fucking another guy, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing this. You're fucking, well, I'm fucking you here, and I'm fucking you there, and these people are watching, and this is happening, and this is happening. And I can't come.
Yeah.
Because I can't think of enough imaginary experiences all the time.
Yeah.
To get there.
Yeah.
So they're like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, what was wrong was I'm not in the moment. I'm not thinking about you.
Right.
You are not 1 second of my thought process through this because I'm so fucked up.
Right. Yeah.
I am so fucked up that I can't think about you.
Yeah.
I can't think about me looking into your eyes and me looking at you. I've got to close my eyes. I've got to turn you. I've got to do something else to get away from what I'm doing right now.
So when you were, when you had that situation where you put the girl's guy in the corner, and then fucked her, did you come? Did you not come?
I did.
So were you in that moment? Did you think about something else, or was that like
that was the moment?
That was the moment.
That was very much the moment.
Okay.
Right.
Because that's what I was wondering. Because like I don't know that I relate because there's been certain times that I've had to think of something else to come, but for the most part, the best way that I know to come is to get in the moment and just be like,
I've spent years out of the moment to where like my entire life is it's not just the sexual part, but my entire life has been out of the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
And I was very distraught about that because I couldn't get back into the moment, and it really bothered me. Like, I'm telling you, like, I microdosed, the last time I microdosed for a month and a half, I got back into the moment.
Oh, one of the biggest.
That was. I'm telling you. That was one of the most prolific things of my life to have happened to me. Is that I'm here now with you, and we're having a conversation, and we're here. Like, I'm here. I am in this moment. I am not anywhere else.
That's what
I am here, and I want to
favorite fucking things.
I want to thank God to talking to you about microdosing, and I did a month and a half of it, and having a producer that I worked with tell me that he did that and it really changed his life, and those people, those influential little people that pushed me into making that decision, like, I am in the moment now. I'm back. I am back in the moment, and being out of the moment is probably the saddest place, because I always said the past. I will say, and I will always say this. Looking into the past is a beautiful thing, but it's also the most dangerous thing you can do.
Really dangerous.
It's one of the most dangerous things you can do, because it will suck you up and take you in, and then you will never get back to the present or the future, and you're gone.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather hang out with somebody who's stuck in the future than somebody who always remembers the past.
Yeah.
The past is a very dangerous place to be hanging out.
Yeah.
It is a very dangerous place. It is the most.
100%.
It is the most dangerous place, and I think mushrooms. Like, I can't thank God. I can't thank God because I took mushrooms to get out of it.
No.
Like, I think mushrooms and microdosing
More mushrooms are gone.
to be able to be in the moment.
Yeah.
To be back here.
Yeah.
To be back in this time.
Yeah.
In this time where I get to hang out and I get to be a person again.
Yeah.
Like, the first time I met you, I wasn't even a person. Like, I don't even know if you know that, but like, I wasn't even a person. I wasn't even a person with my ex. Like, I wasn't even a real person. I was stuck in the past, or her past, and all the past, and things happened, and I reflected upon them, and this and that, but I was always back there. I wasn't right here where I needed to be.
Yeah.
The most important place is to be right here, right now.
Yeah.
It's okay to reflect, but don't get stuck back there.
That's all of our problems is getting stuck in the past. Fuck.
It's so stupid.
Yeah.
It's so stupid because you can't change it. It happened. What you can do, and people are like, well, I'm preparing to not have it happen in the future. No, you're not. What you're doing is you're getting stuck back there.
Yeah.
You're stuck back there.
Mm-hmm.
You need to be right here, right now.
And that's what,
Remember that decision. Now come back. Come back to here. And you know what? 90% of people can't do that. So you know what 90% of people can't do? Reflect. Don't worry about it. Dude, don't worry about it. Nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody cares when you die. Live your life. Don't care about the past. Live in the now. For whatever you can, be here now. Be here now and prepare for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Prepare for the future. There's nothing wrong with preparing for the future in the now.
Yeah.
I want to save money for the future.
Yeah.
Past me can't do fucking shit about that.
They can't.
But present me can save $1 or $2. Right?
Have you, oh my God.
Dude, it's
so good.
It's helped me. It's helped me sexually beyond belief. Beyond belief.
Yes.
Sexually, it has helped me beyond belief. I have had the best sex of my life this past year because of this. The girl I'm seeing, I've had the best sex with. And you know what I do? I look her right in the fucking face and I can look at her. And I don't have a fucking problem with it because I am having sex.
Yeah.
And I am here in that moment.
You don't have to worry about all
I am not closing my
shit,
eyes.
all
I'm not
that
thinking
shit.
about somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
I am there and I am having sex with her. And when I tell her I love you and I fucking kiss her, that's because I do. And I fucking ram it in.
Mm-hmm.
Real fucking hard.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I love you.
Yeah.
Right?
Dude, that's so important.
So important.
We get caught. We get so caught in all of that shit in the past, and all of the anxiety, and all of the
dude, it'll eat you up. It'll eat you up and spit you out. And you know what? The past is the most dangerous fucking place. That is danger. Will fucking Robinson. Danger.
You know what we just did for the last like fucking hour and a half? You know. You know what I was gonna say.
We came to here?
Well, we just like sat in the present.
Yeah.
We literally did. Didn't matter where it went.
We were in the present. We were here.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so glad. I'm so glad that, like, I'm able to be in the present, to be here. Like, I'm telling you, like, talking with you, and a couple of it wasn't just you, but like, I had a producer, I had other people that kind of had experiences that I wanted, and I was very jealous. I was very jealous of, I know you and I have great conversations.
Yeah.
But I was very jealous of your experiences because you were in the present. And I mean, I came close to fucking being like, dude, I'm just gonna fucking off myself. Because I was stuck in the past. Like, it is so depressing. It is so gnarly. It is so destructive. The past is super aggressive when it comes to your life.
Yeah.
And I am so glad I am where I am right now. Like, I beat it. I got out. I beat the past. Like, I don't know how else to tell people that. Is like, I beat the past. And if you're stuck in the past, hey, maybe try microdosing. Maybe try letting yourself do that, because it's like snow coming down. Like, do the science. Look at it.
Yeah.
When they talk about LSD and like mushroom, like why is it a benefit to your brain? It's your brain is like a snowy hill.
Yeah.
And every time you say right, you go down a bobsled and you go right. Right? Like you trudge that into the snow.
Yeah.
Right? Well, there's no new snow being made.
Right.
You're trudging lines in over and over and over again. What a psychedelic does is it shakes some snow. That's what it does. It's shaking snow. And you might find a faster line to go right than the one you were taking. And you know what else you might find? What you were doing wasn't the right way. You might find other opportunities inside your little new snow. Your new snow.
Yeah.
It's the only way that science has found to create new snow. And that is, you know what? It got me out of a fucking terrible spot. So I'm a firm believer in, hey, you know what? But you know what? Microdose. Let's get one thing straight. Microdose.
Yeah.
Micro. Small amount. Small amount. Not enough to make you fucking trip balls. If you're tripping balls, you're doing it wrong. You want a small amount. You want something that's just a little bit. You might feel a little bit of a head change. You might not.
I'm a firm believer in microdosing.
It's working. But it's working.
It is.
Whether you feel it or not, you ate it and it's working. Right? So some you might feel, some you might not.
Yeah.
Hey, do the regimen. Do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Change your life. And you'll see it happen. You will physically and mentally see it happen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to go, hey, I'm going to go do a hero run, which is an eighth. I'm going to go do a half hero run, which is a half eighth. Like, that's fucking crazy shit. Like, dude, that's going to party. That's party, right?
No,
that's a party. But, like, if you're doing a little, like a micro dose.
Yeah.
0.1, 0.2, 0.3.
Yeah, it's like taking a cup of coffee. Like, take a cup of coffee. You don't need 7 cups of coffee. You need 1.
One or two. 1 or 2 cups. Like, right?
Go into your day a little bit.
Take a little bit.
Yeah.
Take a little bit. It start your day.
Yeah.
Start your day. Day, afternoon. I could get that. I could get behind that. And that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Right? I wasn't doing it at work. I would make sure I set myself up to where, like, if I'm working, I'm not doing it, but, like, I
definitely did it at work.
I get home. I work in TV, and I couldn't justify fucking anything up, right? Like, I just almost got fired for being drunk, right? On my time off. Like, I wasn't even drunk at work. It was like, we heard you got fucked up. And it's like, yeah, on my time off.
It's like getting fired for right now.
Right. It would be getting fired for right now.
Yeah. Like,
and
shut the fuck up.
Exactly. And it's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I know the producer does fucking mushrooms.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? He's got pills in his bag that he has set up to where he can fucking do it.
Every artist
like
does.
Fuck off. But, you know, even that, I'd be like, okay, well, I know the A1 was wasted last night. I know this guy was wasted last night. I know this guy was... Like, I can name people off that were fucking shit-faced the same night I was.
Yeah.
Right? But because to my tech manager, I am a controllable aspect. A controllable aspect who might get picked up by somebody else.
By the company.
He wants to control me more.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to lose what he has.
Yeah.
Right? Because that will make it very difficult for the company because they'll have to pull people off shows to cover my job.
Yeah.
And it's not one person. They're going to have to pull two people.
Yeah. Especially, yeah.
Right? I'm doing two people's job.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the fuck them.
No, not fuck them. Pay my bills. Keep paying my bills. God damn it. I love you. Keep paying my bills. Keep fucking paying my bills. Pay all my shit. Pay me more. Pay me. I don't fuck them. No fucking them. No fuck them. Pay me. Just keep paying me.
I would be down there.
Just keep paying me. I don't give a shit, dude. I make good money. Keep paying me. I will do that job. Keep paying me. Thank you. You know what? You're right. Fine. If that's what you want, I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that. You know what? You're right.
I think that's what every company needs is attitude.
You know what? If that's what you want, that's fine. But on my own time, do not follow me, do not track me, do not do shit because I'm going fucking wild. Because I'm going to have my time. I got to have my time. I've got to have my release.
Yes.
Right? I got to have my moment.
Yeah.
Right? And I've got to do my thing. And if I post blacked out one time, you shouldn't be following me. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not on the clock 24/7. I'm an independent contractor. I can do whatever I want.
Yep. Yeah.
But that's something I think the most grateful thing I am for, like, this past 2 years is the president. And you don't, I don't know that you know that. Like, I am, like, remember when we talked in Havasu? Going to Havasu?
So do you know, I want to do, I'm sure you know this, but I want to have tattoos, gratitude, presence. Like, I'm very obsessed with the idea of presence. So I want to have a tattoo here, presence. Like, not that means that I
No, but that means, like, I'm not opposed to that fucking idea. I might get it with you.
Not opposed.
Because I love both. Because you know what?
I want to.
I love gratitude. gratitude as well, which we haven't talked about or scratched the surface on of gratitude.
That is
and how crazy gratitude can be.
It can change your fucking life.
Gratitude is one of the most crazy things ever.
It can literally change your fucking life.
Yes.
So presence and gratitude is the two most
important
groundbreaking concepts that are so simple. And when I discovered them,
thank you.
They're just
thank you.
I hope. All I'm saying is like
no. I'm just saying.
All I'm saying is like you. I hope that no one feels that this is something that is obscure because I literally want to put it on my hands because
it should be like
presence and gratitude are the two fundamental like concepts of, to me, life.
Any life.
It's
not just our life.
It's so important.
Yes, not just our life, but any life. And anybody who's ever been successful, who's had any kind of success, when you tell them presence and gratitude, they're like, yes. All they'll say is yes.
Yeah.
Because those two things are what got them to where they are.
Ah.
Those are the two key factors.
Mm-hmm.
Besides being in the right place at the right time, if they're a nobody.
Yeah.
Like
nobody's.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
just kidding.
Hey, you know what? Nobody. I'm a nobody who fucking made it in television. I'm a fucking nobody. I'm a nobody who people ask me who my parents are because they wonder why I am where I am. And I say I don't have parents in the industry. And they get weirded out because I shouldn't be as far up as I am.
Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah. But yeah. Like, you know, it is that great. Gratitude and presence are that great. They are that powerful. Like, the amount of power those two fucking things have is beyond what people think. And everybody with a bad attitude who's like, I got fucked over, I got this, I got that. You know what? Tell me 5 things you're grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Bet your day turns around.
Yeah.
Bet your day turns around. Right? We're going to start with that. We're going to say I love myself. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And you know what? Hey, you're able to accomplish anything?
Everything?
Holy shit, nothing
God damn it.
is holding you back because you're grateful and you're present.
And all of a sudden,
oh my God, Tony Robbins preaches this. People of great power preach this exact same thing. And you're telling me,
said this?
Yo, fuck you. Like, I really do think, I mean, even through all the sales things I've read and heard, because I don't actually read books, I do audiobooks.
No, same.
I'm an audiobook guy. I learned that way so much better. But dude, the Tony Robbins ones were some of my favorites. Because not only did I listen to what he said, but then I re-listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I re-listened to the way he said it. And then I learned that he talks to me like this. And then he talks to me like this.
Like, oh no, you're drawing me in. Cheers.
You're right.
Oh, look at you, Josh. That's pretty good.
Oh, God damn it.
Beep boop. I had some shit before I black out. Actually, I think I'm blacked out already.
NOBODIES.